507-4777 or go to jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Brian Wall here with Window World. You know that awesome feeling when you finally find that one place to go to that will give you a top quality product at a great price and then stand behind what they sell you? That's exactly what Window World does. Top quality, energy efficient windows at a great price that keeps more of your money in your bank account. With the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business. That's why Window World has been the #1 window replacement company in the USA for years, selling more than 1 million windows each year for the past 8 years. That's a lot of satisfied customers, and you can be one too. Save money on installing new energy-efficient windows and save on your energy bills too. You can't lose. And if anything goes wrong with your new Window World windows ever, Window World and I will be there to make it right. Call Window World today or see them online and have them come and give you a free estimate and see why we are so proud of our products and the work we do for our customers. Call Window World or go online at windowworldneflorida.com. And thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors and siding. If you're a man over 45, have frequent urination, an urgent need to go, a weak flow, or waking at night to urinate, it's time to consider UroLift. This is Dr. West, urologist with McKeever Clinic. UroLift is a non-invasive outpatient procedure with minimal downtime. If you suffer from an enlarged prostate and want to avoid the sexual side effects of medication and invasive surgery, UroLift may be for you. Contact McKeever Clinic at 355-6583. That's 355-6583.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. This is the Sports Den with Denny Thompson and James Coleman on 1010XL.
Well, I'll be honest, man. I wasn't looking forward to coming in here tonight.
Okay.
It's been an interesting weekend that I'll get to later. Until the Jags won the lottery. The sweepstakes. And instantly.
Whole attitude changed.
Oh, instantly I'm like, because Angie had to drive me here. I'm like, honey, come on, let's go. I want to get there early. Got to stretch.
Yeah, you were that. I've never seen you here this early.
Yeah, got to stretch out, hit a couple jumping jacks. Think about it for a little while. Trevor freaking Lawrence is the savior, man. What?
Oh, okay. I was wondering what this was. How do you know this?
What is that?
See,
Sweet victory?
this is why people. Never mind. Good job, RJ. This probably gets us like some fans are going to be like, "Oh, that was amazing! I knew I loved this show.
Who was that?
I knew I loved that Reginald guy."
Who was that?
What artist was that, RJ?
I don't know what artist it was. I heard it from a TV show.
Oh,
Okay.
and you've been waiting for the Jags to win the game, and 13 weeks later we win the Trevor Lawrence freaking sweepstakes. Now, here's what needs to happen though: is where do you think Shad Khan is right now? Yacht?
Yeah,
Somewhere on the
definitely.
yacht.
He's like, I don't want to be around these losers. It's
Somebody
depressing.
needs to go to him right now, and
Drop the note.
Mr. Khan,
Drop the mixtape, please, sir.
Mr. Khan, show him a picture. Do you know who this is? Show him a picture of Trevor.
Yes, of course
You
I know
know
who this is. I watch her every
Yeah,
all
isn't
the
that
time. That's
political
Ann
chick?
Coulter. That's
Yeah.
Ann Coulter.
No, Shad, no. This is our franchise quarterback. Will you go down there and tell these jokers, don't get inspired now. Don't get inspired to go win a football game. Like this makes everything better. Jacksonville, like y'all can hate me all you want to for saying this, but I'm telling y'all right now, you draft this guy, and for the next 10 years, you are a relevant NFL franchise. #1 overall pick. You've also got a first round, which, by the way, double whammy today because they beat LA.
Is LA not going to the playoffs?
I mean, I think they've got a big game next week.
Okay. But that puts them, because they were saying #1 LA for whatever. I don't
know. But I mean, listen, I mean, it doesn't hurt us, right?
Right.
So you get that. You've got anywhere between 80 and 100 mil in cap room.
Mhm.
Like all this did was just completely solidify that you can go get just about whoever you want to as a general manager or coach. It opened up new possibilities. There's coaches right now that wouldn't have called Jacksonville back, that will call back knowing that they've got 80 to 100 mil, 2 first-round draft picks, and Trevor Lawrence. Who's not going to call back?
I call. If this gets us, Bieniemy, then I'm cool with it.
Do you think Urban now says, no, I really want to be the coach now? Like a guy like Urban, where you were saying I wouldn't have a problem if he was the coach, but now do you think a guy that was probably on the fence about it definitely says if everything's everything?
I just think it opens your possibilities to, like you had this whole list of GMs and coaches that you were working off of, and there was this other list that you had of man, I wish. Those aren't man, I wishes anymore. Those are, yo, give them a call with confidence, with a swag in your voice, like, hey, we may take you. Like, if you want to come down here and interview, we
now it's a,
Louis Riddick is knocking on our door.
We could put you on the list.
You don't need Louis Riddick. You like in this situation. I'm gonna go back to where I was a month ago when they fired Dave Caldwell, or 3 weeks ago. You're calling. You wait for the tampering period to be over. Wait for everybody to lose. You're calling the GM, not the assistant GM. You're going for the big dog now. I need somebody who has built a team, not who helped build a team, but who has built a team, because you've got the prize of the last decade in the draft. Don't screw this up around them. Do whatever you got to do. If you've got Penei Sewell graded out as one of the top left tackles that's going to come out in the next 3 years, then you go trade whoever the hell you got to trade to get him in here. If it means moving up to number 3, if you got to give up your first round this year and your first round next year, your second one, then go do it. You get Trevor in, you get him weapons, you get him protected, and just watch. Don't screw it up. Like, that's how big this is. It takes away the whole conversation of Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones. What's JJ's boy's name? Trey Lance?
Yeah.
We don't have those conversations. Nobody is arguing that the number one overall player in this year's draft, not number one quarterback, number one overall player, is Trevor Lawrence. I mean, have you ever heard anybody argue that?
No.
The Jags can't even screw that up. No.
They're good, man.
No.
If they ain't good at nothing else, they're good at that.
If the Jags didn't pick Trevor, number one, I will go to the stadium and I will start moving stuff to London for them.
Oh, I know we're supposed to talk sports, right? But this energy right now.
What?
Not from you. We got like 72 eyes between all of the 75.
Yeah, well, that's because we're talking sports.
Listen, share. If I got to take the chance to get this up, we may not ever have this.
They're gonna
share, retweet. Tell people we're talking about like the Jags have hit the lottery.
Yes.
Right,
yes.
My bad.
No, it's all right. I mean, they're not going to screw this up.
You don't think they're going to screw this up?
There's no freaking way. There's no way. This is ball's already in the hole, bro. They're not going to screw this up. And by the way, Jag fans, y'all stop worrying about the Jags winning. If they could win, they'd already done it. Like, if they could just all of a sudden say, well, the media is firing us up now, they would have already done that. We've been crapping on them all year.
Yeah.
They've lost 13 in a row. If they could just say, I think we're going to win this week, then they'd have done it. You don't have to worry about that. Chicago's in a playoff hunt. Chicago's not coming in here and laying down. At that point, it's a wrap. And here's the thing about the Jets, by the way. They've actually played pretty well the last 3 weeks. They may win another one.
They've been trying.
They got the Patriots on the schedule, who were eliminated today, right? They may win another one. I'm telling y'all, the fortune of Jacksonville, build it. Build Lot J. Lenny, if you're listening, I'm sorry, that's disrespectful. Mayor Curry, if you're listening, go to the original Lot J. Like
the one that was with the waterfall and like all the Noah's Ark.
Yeah, without the Motel 8.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the one that had the legitimacy, like the legit cool stuff. Build that one. When can we break ground on the stadium? Like, can we break ground this offseason?
Just go ahead and you get Trevor's, build everything around Trevor.
Everything. Like that's the deal right there. So yeah, I'm excited, man. Absolutely. Are you not as excited as I am?
I am, but my excitement is different.
Don't be a downer.
I'm not a downer. I'm not gonna down it. I'm not gonna say we should not draft Ann Coulter. Please draft Ann Coulter. Like, don't not do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. I need them to know that this is important to me.
Okay.
But as a father, I fear for his health. But you said some things that a competent person would say, right? Like, very competent. You're a smart guy. So I give you those things. I don't trust anybody in that front office any further than I can throw Lot J. like until I see, and I don't want it in a professional manner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it like, drafted and, because our guy is gone now. So I don't want the new PR guy to have to overwork himself and don't overthink this.
I like Alex, the new PR guy.
Okay, I don't know.
You know Alex.
I do?
Yeah.
Okay. This is an iPhone note thing. This would make me say, I don't know it's real.
You want a hurricane drop a note?
Yes. I want them saying, and I want they can use all that nice verbiage that Shot always uses.
Okay.
We've been pleased to have Douglas Marrone in our fold for the last few years, and he's done a great job trying to bring this team back to prominence, and it just hasn't worked. We wish him and the entire staff the best in their endeavors in the future, as long as their interest doesn't interfere with our interest. And then what you do from there is you let the equipment staff coach the last 2 games.
Okay.
Because when I hear stuff like what Doug says, let's go out here and make a team. No, I'll be real with you. I told you this off air. There's 2 guys on this team that I just absolutely just have to have next year.
Okay.
Now, if other guys stay, cool. I'm rolling with you. You got to feel, you can't fire everybody. 1, there's a cap, and then 2, it's very difficult to
So you're saying 2 players?
Yeah, 2. There's only 2 players.
Oh,
no,
wow.
No. There's only 2 people that I want back.
In the entire organization?
In the entire organization.
Okay.
I can't get rid of one of them.
Okay.
He owns it. Not Shot either. Can't get rid of Tony. This is Tony's baby.
Okay.
So I'm not stupid. But, if we got to get rid of, like, after this last game, if we got to get a new equipment staff, we got to get a new equipment staff.
Okay. I don't know what those people did to you, but okay.
I just think
you just don't want the loser mentality.
You got to flush the turd. Man. You can't don't just go in there and spray Febreze and not flush the toilet.
Right. Can't just light a candle. Yep.
Yeah. Come on. We got to get rid of all of it. I'm sure they're good people.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want, listen, I don't want you to lose your job during the holidays and whatnot, but we got a new stimulus package coming. We got some good stuff in the works. Like, good things are happening, but I need it cleaned.
Okay.
With bleach.
Scrape.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
James Robinson is not a loser. Hopefully he gets healthy. Matter of fact,
bench him.
Yep. He tweaked his ankle. I need him healthy next year.
Right.
That helps. A good running back helps a good quarterback.
Okay.
Miles Jack, when they finally looked at him and watched the tape, I guess, it figured out what anybody with common football sense knew from him coming here.
Yep.
That he was not a middle linebacker. I don't know if it was the coaches. I don't know if it was him being a diva saying, I want to try it, and he needed to fail miserably. I don't know what it was. But bottom line is the adults should have stepped in and said, son, you're not a middle linebacker. Mm-hmm. Kind of like the people like in Pop Warner, like my son was a Pop Warner quarterback, or my son was a Pop Warner, whatever. He was a wide receiver, but he's 5'6". Mm-hmm. We got to find you another position. Mm-hmm. Like, he was good, great athlete, needs to be on the field. But, son, you don't do that fill the whole thing very well. But roaming around, being an athlete, you got that.
Bro, the play he made today on Lamar Jackson, nobody else can make.
Right.
Nobody.
And I love it. I love that. Go make your candles and do this.
That's only 2?
But and you know what? There's maybe if I really sat down. I mean, CJ ain't going nowhere, but CJ ain't playing right now. So yeah, I'll take Laviska. I'm not saying like there's some, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Gator fans. You think I hate your guys, but shoot, give me Tony. If I got to get rid of, not saying anything's wrong with Laviska, but if you give me Tony, Kadarius Tony, I guess it's probably like a second, third round guy. I'm gonna take that.
Man, Kadarius Tony's gonna tear up the combine.
Can't wait.
Yeah, he's
Love it. Give me that guy.
yep.
So do we need
Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitt, give me that guy.
So
Yep.
do we,
My bad. You know what? Two guys I do want.
Okay.
They're tight ends because I know you get your Kyle Pitts.
Okay.
But you gotta have the one hard-nosed tight end that's truly a run blocker, and that's our boy James.
O'Shaughnessy.
And Tyler Eifert made a catch.
Yeah.
Like if we could just figure out the steroids that they use at Bama,
Okay.
to just give it to him,
Okay.
then I'm good with that.
Okay.
But I'm just or hire me if you can't do it, because I'm getting so used to being misunderstood and blamed for everything that my skin is getting real thick.
Okay.
So if you need, and this happened to my mom one time, with the one great job my mom had, she was basically brought in to fire people. She probably gonna hate me for saying that, but that's what she was done. She couldn't do it because that's not the type of person she is, and I love it. Hire me. I'll go in there and I'll tell you the first person I'm firing. Taven Bryan. And I'm not firing him in a nice manner either.
Okay.
And that's going to
text. You want to do it by face?
Oh, it's going to be face to face.
Okay.
I'm going to look face to face,
and I'm going to have him sit down.
No.
You won't be here long.
Yeah, coach. It's 4:45 in the morning. Can I have some coffee? Coffee is for closers. You don't get no damn coffee.
No, don't sit, Dave.
Stand up.
Stand up.
I'm going to get that. What I was just telling you about this new stand up computer that my tailor had. I thought it was dope. We're going to show his highlights. That's how you know we're not going to be very long.
Is there going to be like any farewell music for him?
No.
Security outside, maybe, unless he wants to get mad.
I'm going to push.
That's a big boy. I'm having security inside.
I'm going to push play for 5 seconds. And then I'm going to say, that's your highlights here. Now I'm going to hit you with the hymns. And for 4 minutes, because I'm not even going to show all of them, but for 4 minutes, it's going to be the highlights made against him. And be like, you know what? This is not what we want. We do not reward mediocrity here. Not anymore. Mediocrity. Not on my watch.
Mediocrity.
It changes today. We're done with this.
Mediocrity.
So I'm assuming he's not going to get like a tribute video when he comes back. Like,
but I'm gonna be now. This is the one nice thing I'm going to do to him, because I do this to kids. Well, not anymore because I don't do. I used to do this to kids in the beginning. Sometimes you got to break people down to build them back up. And I would tell them the truth. In your defense, you're not any good.
They should have never drafted.
They should have never drafted you, and that's why we have to move on. That's the first person that I'm getting rid of.
Thanks for your service.
Then after that, we'll go right down the line. And it's about just really just trying to get this thing on track. Like that's the most frustrating thing about sports is when you see people get rewarded and they're not any good. And you know where they got slated, you know they're making more than you. Like you out here killing yourself, still making good money, but you're making $500,000. He's getting 3-4 at this point. And he's back up. Trash time. But again, this isn't about him. And then I'm going to go to the tackles. And I'm going to ask them real life questions.
The offensive tackle?
Both.
Okay. Cam,
I'm going to bring them in together. Be like, when I bring you two together, I've got 2 knees and a decent offensive lineman. Like, why should I invest in you? Sell me. Don't sell me on your youth, because your youth ain't doing me no good. You're not spry. You don't bend. You can't protect. I can't bring this young man here with these golden and luscious locks.
Right.
And sell him on the fact that he should leave and that he should come to Jacksonville knowing that you guys are here.
Oh, we're not going to go down that road now, because nobody that's going to draft him in the top 5 has anything anyway.
I don't even know who's in the top 5.
They're in the top 5 for a reason.
I'm just strictly talking about, like, there's no.
Jacksonville is as good of an option for him this year
who is in the top
as the other ones in the top 5. Like, I mean, I don't even have to know who the top 5 is to know. You're not drafting in the top 5 if you're solid up front in the offensive line. You're going to win 4 or 5 games. Like, and we got to take a break. But we're just getting started with this. I was coming in to talk a bunch of college ball, and we still will, because the Jags can't fill up 2 hours, not with what they're putting on the field right now. But I just want to reiterate, make sure we're all on the same page as a family here. Put political differences aside. Trevor Lawrence, Lot J, couple Billy on a stadium, and let's rock this bad boy. Like, let's go, Lot JK, whatever.
Elemental P.
Yes. Yes. If there's ever a time to do it, lock it up now. Let's go. Build our own London here. More on Trevor Lawrence coming up next.
I'm Hayes Carline, and what I say goes. Listen to my closing argument presented by the personal injury law firm of Harrell & Harrell weekdays on The Franchi Show. Can you handle the truth?
se-ortho.com, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Favorite doctors, like my favorite doctors that I've ever worked with is at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Why? Because they've helped me with my knee without having to operate on it. Like I'm literally running 4 and 5 miles a day now, when this time last year I could barely walk, and no surgery. I've done no surgery. That's what Southeast Orthopedic Specialists do. They work with your schedule. They work with your job, figure out the best treatment for you. Get to se-ortho.com. That's Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
All offers are with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Big Finish Index.
Take advantage of employee pricing for all and save like never before on the car, truck, or SUV you'd rather be driving. It's at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Bay Meadows.
Drive a brand new Jeep Wrangler Unlimited from only $269 a month.
How about a Grand Cherokee or Dodge Challenger from just $289 a month?
Just $289.
For the third year in a row, Ram is the truck of the year. Call ahead for a test drive, and we'll have your next new Ram ready and waiting for you when you get here.
Get 0%.
Make no payments for 90 days and save up to $11,000 off MSRP. Don't wait for a better deal.
This is it.
See our inventory at jaxcjdr.com. Our lenders want to make you a new car loan today. Get more for your trade and lower your monthly payments. Happy holidays from all of us at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, I-295 and Bay Meadows.
Hello, I'm Eddie Farah. Big business is working hard to limit the rights of employees injured on the job. If you have a workers' compensation claim, here's a point I can't stress enough. Don't back down. The fact is, you do have rights to proper medical care and lost wages. Even if you feel like getting compensated is nothing more than one big roadblock, we know the way, and maybe we can help you. Call Farah and Farah at 396-5555. Offices Jacksonville.
The 2021 First Tee North Florida Tour Card is your ticket to all of the best golf courses in North Florida. Each tour card is only $99 and directly contributes to programs building character, instilling life-enhancing values, and promoting healthy choices through the game of golf. Tour Card members have access to play at 17 participating courses throughout the 2021 calendar year. With the Tour Card, you'll save over $1,000 to play these courses. Get yours today at tourcard.org.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Business has changed, but at Ameris Bank, our commitment to partnership remains steady. Local businesses are the heartbeat of our community, and they'll need new tools to operate successfully. Contactless payments, remote deposit, e-commerce platforms, and more. We're here to make sure you have what you need to operate in today's climate. Let's get back to business together. Learn more at amerisbank.com/back-to-business. Ameris Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Start off this football season with $50 off a set of Yokohama tires. Mike Dempsey here for Tire Outlet. Tire Outlet has 12 locations all over Northeast Florida and literally wholesale prices to the public and full automotive repair. It's your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs. But right now, for $50 off a set of Yokohama tires, go to tireoutlet.com/offers.
Wholesale prices, premium service, Tire Outlet.
Fenwick Home Services takes the stress out of your holiday cooling and heating problems by taking $50 off any system repair. 1-year guarantee included. Fenwick has more techs, more trucks, and more parts in stock to do the job right the first time. They also protect your well-being with face masks, gloves, and the latest CDC guidelines. Pick up the phone and call 660-0556. Or as always, visit FenwickHomeservices.com.
After a year like no other, she deserves something truly special. And Diamonds Direct is here to help with our best holiday offer ever. 48 months, 0 interest financing on any purchase. So you can get her that diamond ring, pair of diamond earrings, or diamond eternity band and spread your payments over 4 years without paying a dime in interest. In fact, everything's included. All bracelets, all pendants, all new designer jewelry, all colored gemstone jewelry, even our designer engagement rings. Diamonds Direct makes it easy to splurge with this first time ever holiday offer. And as always, your safety and your convenience are top priorities. You can shop in our showroom with confidence or video chat with us online at diamondsdirect.com and even arrange for curbside pickup. If we've learned anything this year, it's that our loved ones and our relationships are what matter most. So make her holiday the best ever with a gift that's romantic, timeless, and sentimental. And remember, with any purchase, you can take advantage of 4 years, 0 interest financing. Diamonds Direct.
Off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
It is the Sports Den brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. It is the week of Christmas, so you just go there every day, except for Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy. We talk about this every year. Don't be the guy that ruins the Christmas. But Christmas Eve, cool. Get hammered. Make sure it's from ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. And I always like to see things from our listeners that let me know that they're enjoying a couple of drinks while they listen to the show.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook comment. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
Would the Jags ever consider trading the first pick and get something similar to what Washington gave up for RG3? That lets me know that they're enjoying a nice, probably their 8th or 9th drink of the day. Because when you get the access to Trevor Lawrence, I don't care if someone comes and says, we will give you the next 3 first-round picks, the next 5. We'll give you every pick we have this draft and next draft. You already got 12 picks this year. You don't need more picks.
Mm-hmm.
You don't give that up. No. In fact, that needs to be the first question. Like in a tricky way, James.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're interviewing the GM, right?
Okay.
I want to slide this in if I'm the Tony Khan. So, Mr. Smith.
Okay.
What would you do if somebody offered you their next decade of first-round picks for the number 1 overall pick?
Next decade?
If he even did that?
You'll find
next.
It's like next. I mean, next decade is a lot, dude. That's a lot of first-round picks, man.
No. Absolutely not.
I'd say Justin Fields. I'll package together 5 of them things on the back end and go get Justin Fields.
Nope. I'm good. No, this is how big that pick is to me, man. See, if he even flinched like that, what you did to Taven, I'd do to him. In fact, Taven's on the way out. Won't you help him? Because he has a tendency to roam. You help him find the door.
Taven can't. He's so bad, man.
We've got a ton of text on here about people fired up, man.
I see, man. Love it, man. Love the energy.
I do. I love this, man. It's like, of course, Dom's got to be that guy.
Hold on, before you do that, my man put on the Facebook, he's about to report him for even making that statement.
Yes,
he's going to report him.
He needs to. 687 says, Denny, you seriously need to go back and listen to Hacker Show before y'all. I don't know what. I don't know.
He's basically saying they talked this way during the entire show, so it just seems like you guys are rehashing.
Well, that's not what he's saying at all.
No, he's not.
No?
They didn't talk like this at all when I was here. What are you
You know,
talking
RJ
about?
don't listen to the show.
I do listen to the show.
Sofa basically said, again, there was a lot of points that Sofa made that I understand where he was coming from and felt. I still think we should get Trevor Lawrence, but Sofa was just like, wait a minute, he's not. He basically said he's not Jesus, and just think there's been a lot of can't miss prospects. I don't think we've said that at all yet.
No.
Now Hacker has gone a complete 180 again. Technically, he's a 360 at this point because he was talking. He was like he was Justin Fields.
The hype man.
Yeah, Justin Fields hype man. Bump it. You might be upset. I love Hacker, but Hacker asked me the question, right? If you don't know what the question is,
he did tonight.
No, 2 weeks ago, because I remember the question. I remember where I was. I remember where I was standing. I was standing right where the camera's at.
Okay.
He said, James, do you think that Justin Fields gets a little less love because he's a little tanner? I was like, what do you mean? Huh? Justin Fields is getting less love? Fields not getting no. I mean, I was like, Trevor,
exactly the love he deserves.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence. I said, don't get me wrong. Like, and it was more so because as a Jag fan, we had figured that the Jets, after seeing it was more than that. It was basically when the Jets did the unthinkable, the impossible. Like gave up with 2 seconds left or whatever, like gave up the touchdown. Nobody thought that would happen.
Yep.
Basically, every Jaguar fan had already cemented in our mind, like we're second overall. So it was more, to his defense, it was more of a acceptance. You know, the stages of
right.
grief. He was
almost
in
grief. Yeah,
he was in the acceptance stage. Like, we're going to get Justin Fields. I want to believe Justin Fields, and Justin Fields is a damn good prospect and a good quarterback. But like, you don't have to talk yourself out. You don't have to talk down about one guy to realize that the other guy then he's been telling you about Trevor Lawrence since he was in diapers or something like that.
Well, you should have heard him.
Like
you should have heard him the first hour. The first hour when the Jets and Rams were halfway through the third quarter, he was saying, you know, there's absolutely no way that the football gods are going to allow the Jets to win this game. And he was saying, you know, telling everybody the score and filling them in. And he's like, I'm just waiting on Jalen Ramsey to have a pick six and it ruins everything. And then once Frank Gore makes, you know, the first down, all of a sudden it's, oh, we're going to get Trevor. Oh, the Jaguars season and next 3 years, 5 years down the line is saved.
It does make this season bearable. It does, because if you're going to tank for the best. Don't tank for number 2. Be the best at tanking. Like if we have to endure this, all I'm suggesting, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll hear about it for the rest of my radio life. You pick the right year to have the number 1 overall pick in the draft. It does. It makes this year bearable. Let's see. Going through some of the text line. Can't read a lot of these.
Dang, getting in like that.
Yeah, 599. Fields would be a flop. Lawrence is probably the only franchise quarterback this year. Easy on the Fields going to be a flop off of one game because of his Northwestern. I don't like it when people attach one box score and say this guy's going to be a flop. Like,
but didn't they say that in the Indiana game as well?
I mean,
okay, I'm gonna tell you this: people make generalizations about college, and I always say this: college is a different game than the NFL, and just like to a lesser extent, high school is a much different game than college. That's why college coaches can go in, see a kid throw, and be like, all right, I want him, and he has like 900 yards passing or something. Like, you're like, oh, his stats stink, but the coach saw something. We all, as a family in sportsden, I'm going to be the first person to step up and on this Sunday, I'm going to repent.
Okay.
Because
do we have repent music?
Yeah. Even as of last year, I still didn't want to give this man his props.
Okay.
I believe this is his 3rd year in the NFL now. I think he is.
Okay.
No. It's got to be 2nd year. So last year, I thought he was, because he's trash. We called him trash Josh.
This is 3rd year.
This is 3rd year. So we called him trash Josh Allen. Trash Josh Allen has won me a lot of fantasy football games.
Trash Josh
is tossing that thing all around. Every single statistical sound like Sofa right now. every single statistical category that Trash Josh at the time had indicated that he was going to stink. And any time that he played against really worthy opponents, not only did he do bad, he didn't even show up. But look at what he does now. Justin Herbert, we call Justin Sherbert. Anytime he played against any kind of talent.
I'm not going to let you say that. I love Justin Herbert.
You did. I'm just saying. But when you looked at when he played against it, like he didn't. But right now, Justin Herbert's doing great. There's a lot of guys that, I mean, again, but Trevor Lawrence has done it, in my opinion, across the board. The ACC doesn't have a lot of heavy hitters. He's played against talent once he's gotten to that Final Four, and he's done pretty good. He's lost. He's won. Got in the shootout against Justin Fields just last year. And it came down to one play. It was a miscommunication, in my opinion. If his wide receiver makes the correct break or they're on the same page, it's a touchdown. And I don't remember if it goes into overtime, another overtime, or if it would have won the game, but I just remember it was an interception and the game was over. So like that's also Justin Fields. And a lot of people, I get it. You don't watch a lot of football. Because if you did watch a lot of football consistently, you would understand that Northwestern has one of the highest paid and one of the youngest up and coming coaches that is a damn good football coach.
The program's going the right place.
Indiana is a damn good football program. Not consistent. They're not a blue blood, but they are definitely a team that in a game or two could scheme up with you. That kid Michael Penix is from Tampa Bay Tech. One of my good friends is the head coach there. He pleaded with Jimbo to offer him at Florida State. And we tried to, we being Florida State, tried to get him when Tag got it, but he was locked in, loaded to Indiana. So, I mean, those are, again, not making excuses, but we got to be careful.
Player.
Justin Fields is not a bad player.
Yeah. And then we get something like this on the text line, built by Lifetime Enclosures. Says, LOL, y'all going ape doo-doo over a quarterback that hasn't played one down or played against a pro defense in the NFL. Trevor Lawrence comes to the NFL and become a bust. All of you local media and Jags fans will be eating so much crow. Can Trevor Lawrence play one down in the NFL first, please? What are you even talking about, dude? We're talking about the best player in the draft. We just got the #1 overall pick. Go listen to some other show if you want to be Debbie Downer and talk about somebody that you'll never text back when he goes off for 10 Pro Bowls.
Well, here's the other thing.
You have no accountability in that statement, man.
Here's the thing. That statement can be said for
everybody,
every player that's in the draft.
Everybody.
Nobody's saying that he's.
So you go ahead and attach your can't miss.
We're
to that
not
text.
saying. I'm not. There's no Hall of Fame. There's not. We're not pinning them already. But what I can say without a shadow of a doubt, without seeing him throw one NFL pass, is that he's better than any quarterback that we have on the roster right now. And if you don't think that, then here's what I would suggest, and I'll support you. Go ahead, start you a podcast like everybody else is doing. Make sure when you start to go to SoundCloud or any of these other places, Podbean, something like that. Make sure you attach it to iTunes because that's probably the best way to get me to listen to it is on Apple. And you send it to me.
I ain't listening.
And I'll listen. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to critique you and tell you that you're an idiot because you obviously don't know how the draft works. See, every year, just because, again, this is the problem. Remember we were told this 2 years ago. We start talking like everybody understands how the process works. So obviously this guy doesn't know how the process works. So the process works like this. There are 32 NFL teams. And the team that wins the Super Bowl is considered the best team. That team gets the 32nd pick, okay? You with me, RJ? Because I know you ask a lot of questions too. The team that stinks or has the worst record, they get the #1 overall pick. Now, NBA and other places, they do a lottery, but they do it different. The NFL, this is how the NFL works. Now, when you get that #1 pick or any of those picks, the objective in doing that is to draft a guy who has zero experience in the NFL that makes your team better. Now, you go through that, you get 7 rounds. Some teams have typically like 5. Some teams have 5 picks because they've traded them. Some teams have 1 million like the Jaguars for whatever reason.
Right, build almost a whole team. Yep.
Now, what happens during that time, typically for most good NFL franchise cities, from January to April, 5 days a week, sometimes actually not even 5 days, 24/7, round the clock, pundits randomly at typically in 2-hour blocks discuss guys who have never played it down in the NFL. Sometimes you're lucky and you get guys who've played it down in the NFL. More times than not, you get a bunch of people who haven't played it down on JV, but they've been watching, they're giving their opinion, they discuss guys. When they discuss these guys who have never played it down in the NFL, they discuss these guys who have never played it down in the NFL and how they fit in the particular places that they think that they're going to play. The fit, scheme, all these things. You use deductive reasoning and you produce an hypothesis based upon past behaviors. Now, the guys who talk about it get paid sometimes relatively well. Some people do it for the love. Now, they discuss what they think guys who get paid handsomely
are thinking.
Are thinking. Because those guys that get paid handsomely, they are thinking about drafting guys who have never played it down in the NFL. Because that's what a rookie,
That's
just
what a draft.
rookie, an NFL rookie. Again, because I can't assume people know this because they make comments like this. An NFL rookie is a guy who has never played it down in the NFL. That
Correct.
you have to do this thing. Now, they do this in business too. You have to project what they're going to do. It doesn't mean you're giddy. It just means that some people project better than others. Now, there are times when you get guys who are projected like J.K. Dobbins, who's done decent this year. Everything that he did in college, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, everything they did in college projected that they would be a first-round pick and do well, and they haven't done bad. But sometimes you get, it just happens in business, like stocks that's a penny stock that rises. Like a James Robinson.
They can make you a lot of money.
Like a James Robinson. Low investment, high yield. Now you want to, that's what you want those too. But then there's sometimes there's that nice shiny object that you just gotta pay high value for. And that's what Trevor Lawrence projects. It's not about, and then when you're a one-win team, anything at that position is giddy, because if you watched, like Hacker and a lot of people talk about, I guess the rant I did a couple weeks ago about how I wasn't even mad. I was just mad because I want to watch good football if I got to watch it. Like, how can you watch a Jaguars game and not get excited about any quarterback? Zach Wilson, Kyle Trask, Mac Jones. Now, those guys are good, but when I look at what's available, those guys aren't better than Trevor Lawrence, or in my opinion, Justin Fields as well. So that's the reason why. That's why you're listening to this show, because this is what we do.
Well, he came back and he says if he goes to 10 Pro Bowls, I don't know.
I don't even think that's. I don't even think that's.
But he starts talking about all these guys who he says were considered franchise quarterbacks, and I don't get that part. Like, I can only remember a couple. I said this the other night before we had the number one pick. Now you can go back and pull the sound. I said the other night, the level of assurance that I have with Trevor Lawrence when I assume the Jags are picking number 2 is the same level of assurance that people have with Peyton, people have with Andrew Luck, and I really can't think of anybody else. We can talk, like he mentions Leaf and Couch. Man, they didn't come up with the amount of height and certainty that Manning and Luck did and that Trevor Lawrence is coming up with. There's a difference in Trevor Lawrence and, sorry, Jameis Winston. Or Trevor Luck and Jared Goff. Trevor Lawrence and Jared Goff, right? There's just a difference in that evaluation, man. Like, Trevor's played 3 years, right? And he would have been the number 1 overall pick after his first year. So I don't know. I don't think I'm getting too excited about this at all.
I think I'm pretty even kill. But, like, you know, I'll tell you this. It's definitely better than what we have. But my whole take on all of this is, if you don't get guys to protect him,
no, you're right,
and you don't get weapons, then, which I would suggest to the texter, is basically that's when you get the Ryan. Because I would argue that Ryan Leaf wasn't just a bad quarterback, but he was on a bad team. Tim Couch played for the Browns, if I remember correctly. That's where he was drafted. They're historically bad,
they're terrible.
Consistently. If the Jags don't do what's necessary to correct all of the the deficiencies that they have, and there are many, then you'll have this. Now, to go to 10 Pro Bowls, that's a lot. I mean, that's Hall of Fame first ballot.
It's not as much as it used to be.
Really?
By the time everybody opts out.
Oh, well,
you
true.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
you go
you
look
do-
at
you do
there's
get
like
that.
6 quarterbacks that make a Pro Bowl every year.
But typically, the team that always wins is the best overall team. Aaron Rodgers is consistently a top 10 quarterback, correct?
Yep.
But he doesn't always win because his team isn't always the best team.
Mm-hmm.
The Patriots with Brady won a lot more because they had a better overall team. Russell Wilson wins a lot more, or has been to the playoffs and deep, make a run.
And they're a big reason as to why.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. But you got to have the surrounding elements that help with that. So again, but when you look at Trevor Lawrence mixed with James Robinson, who looks like he projects at least good for a running back shelf life the next 3 years, then you add some offensive linemen, some key spots there. Laviska Shenault, which you brought up, is a good dynamic wide receiver that gives you something. You hope some of the other wide receivers continue to rise in their level. I mean, it's a lot of things that you can build around this. In particular, the most important thing, though, is a good coach, because what we can all agree on is you show me a head coach in the NFL that can – it's very few that have won championships without having an elite quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they didn't have an elite quarterback, you know what they had? They had an elite defense with a damn good running game.
Yep.
Those would be your Giants. Those would be your Ravens in recent years.
Yeah, I mean, and those are coming few and far between now. Like, it used to happen a good bit. Now, to your point, it's either the excellent quarterback or the hot guy at the time. Like, it's the RPO with Nick Foles when they made their run. Or just go look at, there's a very small list of quarterbacks that's won a Super Bowl in the last 10 years. It's the same couple of guys over and over and over again. We got a lot more to get into. I really did not plan on talking about all this stuff that much, but we're going to. As long as the texts keep coming in, we'll keep talking about it. Got a lot more to read. We will get into some college football as well. All of that coming up next.
Stay connected to Gainesville with the Florida Gator Report with Lauren Brooks.
Go, Gators!
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
A big win for the Florida Gators.
Get your Gators on 1010XL.
Looking for gifts for DIYers? A new year and new projects are just around the corner, so shop Lowe's for tools the pros use. Right now, save big on over 200 powerful DeWalt 20-volt max tools. And pick up an extra 2-pack of 20-volt max 3-amp-hour batteries that was $149 and is now $99. Shop in store, home on our app, and Lowe's.com, and pick up curbside for contactless service. While supplies last, valid through February 3rd, 2021. U.S. only.
You've been very busy lately. You've repainted, replanted, and rearranged. All those physical activities can put stress on your body, so maybe it's time you got reacquainted with your massage routine. The Massage Envy commitment means your safety is a top priority. Massage Envy. Keep your body working.
Buy $80 in gift cards, get a $20 promo card free. Or buy $150 in gift cards, get a $50 promo card free. Only at Massage Envy. Terms apply to promotional cards.
Hey, folks, want a great gift idea this holiday season? Then visit omahasteaks.com. When you get there, go to the search bar, enter code Dempsey, DEMPSEY, my last name, and you'll get a fantastic offer for my friends at Omaha Steaks. The deluxe grillers assortment right now, your mouth is going to be watering with steakhouse caliber foods like 4 famously fork tender butcher's cut filet mignons, 8 boneless chicken breasts, 4 ultra juicy Omaha steak burgers, gourmet jumbo franks, individually wrapped scallop potatoes, made from scratch caramel apple tartlets, all for $129.99. This package includes a free digital meat thermometer and 4 free Omaha Steak burgers on top as well. That's omahasteaks.com. Enter code Dempsey into the search bar and order this package today. Plus, you'll get the free burgers, the digital meat thermometer. A great idea for any time of the year, but perfect for gift-giving season. Omaha Steaks. Go with the highest quality around. That's omahasteaks.com. And when you get there, enter code Dempsey in the search bar. You'll be happy you did.
I was on the go. It was time to eat. I said, baby, where my Danny? Cause they can't be beat. She got something else when it was time to choose. Then after just one bite, I got the soggy sandwich blue. Should've known better. Only Danny will do. got that hometown flavor creeping up on you. Yeah, she got me wrong. Didn't get my dandy. I need my ham and cheese.
That's all he wanted. That's all he wanted.
Should have known better, only then they will do. Got that hometown flavor creeping up on you. Yeah.
Attention homeowners, do you have water damage, mold, or a leaky roof? If so, go to callalice.com with Floridian Public Adjusters. You may be entitled to money from your insurance company. That's callalice.com. No recovery, no fee. Callalice.com. We fight for you.
Call Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. We want to win your business with honest and upfront transmission service. I'm Robin Sidbury, the owner. That's a promise from me. Get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Don't have 4 hours for a round of golf? Take advantage of our daily 9-hole and twilight specials at Hidden Hills Golf Club, which start at 2 p.m. Visit hiddenhillsgc.com or call us at 620-0910.
The flagship station of the Jaguars, WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach, WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Looking to upgrade your old wardrobe? Let Mariano's Custom Tailor on Beach Boulevard custom make suits and shirts for you. We also do alterations. Come to our store or we'll come to you. Mariano's Custom Tailor, the local expert at making you look great.
Looking for that holiday pet that won't destroy your home? Ocean Reef Pets has salt and freshwater tanks from first tank to expert, and it's the largest shop in Northeast Florida with the largest selection. Ocean Reef Pets in Neptune Beach. OceanReefPets.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
Make sure you get to thehumidor.com this week. Celebrate the possibility. No, bump that. Trevor Lawrence will be in Jacksonville. The Jags they're not winning another game. The Jets may win another game. Like, we're in good position here. Go celebrate. Get to thehumidor.com. Buy you a bunch of cigars. Buy your neighbor's cigars. Buy everybody's cigars. And you're even going to get 20% off if you type in sportsden when you check out. All lowercase, all one word, sportsden. When you check out, you get 20% off. They're already great priced cigars.
We got a thing going on Instagram.
We do?
Well, yeah, you don't. I do.
Okay.
But on IG Live, and on the Reels, we got 12 days of stigmas. So we got 12 cigars that we're basically showcasing for thehumidor.com. If you need to know where to go, give a review. It's 90 seconds. Go check out at Big Game James _36, or you should be able to see it on the Sports Den side as well. But y'all need to go like these pages anyway, so that 21 we can come and deliver y'all this hard-hitting, award-winning content.
I like this text here. 282 says, longtime listener since the start when it was only noon on Saturday.
Whew, that's throwback, boy.
Yes, it is.
You really, that was destination.
Says, please discuss who you would like to see as coach and or GM now that the door's open. Now that we have the quarterback, the question to me is, among the available coaches, who is your dream coach? Why get an Eric Bieniemy when you may can get a Bill Cowher? I like the way this guy's thinking. And I'm not saying Bill Cowher, but 282, you are a wise man. If Eric Bieniemy is your dream coach, then you go get Eric Bieniemy.
Right.
But this does open the door. All the situation we presented when we started the show of the cap space, the multiple draft picks, and the best quarterback to come out in a decade. Shoot for the moon. You go get whoever it is that you think, and if it's Urban, you go get Urban.
Okay.
If it's Josh McDaniels, go give Josh McDaniels.
No, you're going like.
I know,
but I'm with you. Go get the best. Like
it expanded your list,
and I think that's what you brought up. If Gardner Minshew did ball out, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a what if scenario, but like that's not going to happen. or if Gardner Minshew was the guy you're going, you've really shrunk your list. You don't make yourself any more appealing than Houston, any more appealing than I'm trying to think of any other jobs that are open. Can't think of them right now, but I know Houston's open. They got a quarterback right now that most people would think has some talent, but they're locked in.
Atlanta,
Detroit. But even with Atlanta and Detroit, you know that they're not going to – it's going to be tough to just get rid of those quarterbacks.
They don't have the number one pick.
But I'm saying now you have the number one overall pick. Even with Justin Fields, it's like, in the next 3 to 4 years, does that guy give me the leeway that I can probably get with a vet?
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Lawrence, having that Trevor Lawrence type of guy, the cap space, multiple draft picks, I can see where that's a lot easier to sell. The number one overall pick in any year is easier to sell to a coach because you could, and no quarterback controversy at all. You come in and you get to dictate the guy that you're going to win and lose with. So that really gives you
on a rookie contract
for cheap.
You're not paying him $40 a year
Right.
yet.
So now you can go get more valuable pieces that you can pay.
So this is some stuff here. Oh, go ahead. I thought you were done.
Now Bill Cowher gives you that same thing like TC, but he's in the coach's seat, which I think the problem with TC was that TC was still a coach in his head, but he was an admin. He was an exec, and he didn't stay in the exec or the admin role. There's lanes. Everybody got to stay in their lane. And if I don't know who to listen to, that causes confusion and creates bitterness and a lot of things that ended up happening when you ran off some of your top tier talent. And that's just not something that you want to continue to do. So, but I do believe that you go out here and you should be able to get 5 candidates that everybody wants. And in those 5, I think if you get a Bill Cowher, I'm not saying this guy, Tony, those are guys that you're bringing in for 3 years to hand it off.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
But like Josh McDaniels is an offensive mind. I think that's the route you go, not a line
Joe
guy.
Brady. I mean, listen, he's proven what he can do with quarterbacks.
If you feel like Joe Brady's ready for it, then yeah.
I'll tell you who this opens up for is now you go and you can go get the guy at San Francisco, Robert Saleh.
Right.
And just make sure he's plugged in. He's probably going to go out and get, one of the offensive assistants at San Francisco or whatever it is. Make sure he's plugged in offensively. But like, see stuff like this, like Dabo? Hell no.
Yes.
Somebody said Dabo.
Yes.
No.
Yes, please.
No, I don't care about your Florida State fandom.
Get Dabo or Dan Mullen.
No.
Bring them here.
No,
Dabo
hell no,
Dan,
Dabo. Hell no, Jimbo.
I will stand on the table and say, give me Dabo Sweeney.
Just because you want him out of the ACC.
And Daniel Mullen. I would take both of those guys.
I don't want Jimbo. I don't want Dabo. Dabo's on my nerves. I don't want either one of those guys. No. No. I like the way you're going 6-7-2. If I'm calling Bill Belichick. That's the way we got to start thinking here in Jacksonville. I like that.
Big bank take little bank.
Do you think a Belichick would think about it to where he could say, I may have my Brady for the next 20 years?
No, I don't think so. But I'd make him say no. I mean, I don't think he walks away. He's walking away. I don't. No. But he would have to tell me no.
You never know. He could be like Bill Parcells. He's from that tree. Just don't know when to say when.
Maybe. There's going to have to be some strong no's for me. It just opens up a lot of stuff for you. I mean, the questions, of course, we're all excited about this. And I get that. Like, the real question for me is not if we got the number 1 pick, we're not talking draft anymore on this show. That's done, number 1. Now, number 20? Like, what do you do there? Like somebody said earlier, would you trade up to get Kyle Pitts? Maybe. I mean, it looks to me like there's going to be a lot of really good pass catchers this year coming out.
I liked your idea of trading up to get the lineman from Oregon.
You'd have to trade a lot, though.
Okay.
Like, you'd have to move 15 spots. I mean, you'd be giving up a ton. But they say that there's a couple linemen this year that are legit. All I'm saying is if it's within reason and you have 12 draft picks and Kyle Pitts sitting there and you're 3 away, yeah. Yeah. Pull the trigger on that. If one of the Alabama guys is sitting there and you're 3 away, can't have too many weapons. Ever. Let me see. Says, James, you're killing me. If you don't get fired up, I'll fight you. Actually, no, I'll run from you. But come on, man. It's on like Donkey Kong.
I mean, I'm not fired. I'm not fired up for Trevor. I'm afraid for him. I'm sorry. Like, this is the thing. Here's when I would get fired up. I think I said this, but I'll reiterate this. When I see the iPhone no drop, like right now,
restate that specifically.
Specifically, right now, Doug Marrone is still the coach. I had a source tell me that's well in there that's told me a lot of other things that I don't feel comfortable saying on air about some other reasons why there's dysfunction. That Doug Marrone went in there and told Shad last year, if you're going to fire me next year for next year's record, fire me now. And Doug Marrone is still the coach. So I won't be 100% sold that Doug Marrone isn't the head coach until Doug Marrone is no longer the head coach. So I need to see the iPhone note by our PR guy that states, we appreciate everything that Doug Marrone has attempted to do over the last few years as the head coach. He's a class act. He's done his job to the best of his ability, but unfortunately, that is not the standard in which we want our NFL franchise to run. We are grateful and we are honored to be one of 30 cities to have an NFL franchise, and we demand excellence and the fans demand an opportunity to see a playoff contender and eventually a Super Bowl. We are moving in a different direction. When I see that, then I'll be, you know what? All right, give me Trevor. Give me all these other cats.
Don't you think today sealed that fate, though?
I believe so.
You know what I mean? Like, even if he planned on it, I don't see how you can keep.
I believe so. The one thing I've learned about 2020 is that nothing is out of the realm. And this has been one of the longest years of my life. Somebody posted a picture. Remember the big brawl that happened in college basketball?
I saw that, yeah.
I thought that happened like 2 years ago.
I know.
That like
crazy.
January and February of this year. February, I was in Indianapolis at the Combine enjoying the snow. And then now I'm like, that seems like eons.
It does, man.
So like, get me through this. I'm not mad. I'm cool with it. It's dope. I can't wait. I'll probably my mindset will probably change as things get closer. But right now, knowing what this roster has and knowing what's coaching this roster, I don't have faith in anything.
That's fair. 894. I'm not real sure what this means, but he says, best question: which quarterback coming in this draft could play with no talent around him? Trevor has Clemson, Jones, Bama, Trask Gators, talent everywhere, but here not that much. Which quarterback does the most with less? I mean, you're not drafting a quarterback with the thought of him playing with no talent. You're drafting a quarterback with the thought of him being the centerpiece of the talent you're going to build around him.
Right.
Like especially where the Jags are drafting, especially where the Jags are drafting before today. You would never ask that question of, well, let's go get such and such because there's no talent around. No, you go get the best dude, and then it's your job. That's what you're being paid for as a GM. Let's go put the talent around him. Go put the people around him and go get a Super Bowl. Would you give up the second first rounder for a premier coach like Belichick?
And how many premier coaches are there in the league, though?
That's an interesting question.
No, I'm not. I mean,
the second first rounder.
No, because we need it. Like Belichick. I don't want to use this word because I really hate that word. I really hate culture. The culture word, or the culture word based upon how people define it.
Okay.
Because somebody actually broke it down. It was really good. Culture is players, administration, coaching, and development. Mm-hmm. Those four things determine a culture. So a lot of times people put it on the players when it's really everything that's around the players that put them in that situation. But Belichick has a well-defined, like, structure, like that's in New England that he's had it for years.
Yeah, that you know when you get there.
Yeah, I don't know if that, like, his name will automatically get people on alert here, but I don't know how long that lasts.
That's fair. No, that's fair. For him to, at his age, to rebuild that all over again.
That's a lot of energy, man. He's got a new girlfriend.
No, that's fair.
Like, he's got his money. You know, he's wearing jeans on the beach. Like I think that's just he's ready to live his life, man.
We've got a lot of questions on the text line. Do we want to skip 8 o'clock tonight?
We'll just not call it 8 o'clock, but I gotta promote Black Santa and what I'm trying to do on Tuesday. So that's what I did for 8 o'clock on Friday.
Okay.
So
you'll do that.
I'll
'Cause
do
I have
that.
no idea what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. All right. Black Santa coming up next.
Let's have lunch with Leon.
Butt cheeks are tight.
Former Jacksonville Pro Bowler Leon Searcy is serving up lunch on XL Primetime.
Tight butt cheeks, never a good thing.
Brought to you by Wingstop. Weekdays from noon till 1:30 on 1010XL.
All offers with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Big Finish event.
Thanks to you, Jacksonville, we've sold more new cars than ever before. And we're determined to finish strong with the best deals of the entire year at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington. It's no wonder Ram trucks ranked #1 for the 3rd year in a row. Step up to Ram and save up to $11,000 off MSRP. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, 9600 Atlantic Boulevard.
Cigar City Brewing, Florida's premier craft brewery, delivers vibrant tropical flavor with high-low IPA, a citrus-forward craft beer inspired by the bold tangerine, mango, and clementine qualities of High-Low IPA. At 4% ABV and 120 calories, High-Low IPA delivers highs in flavor and lows where you'd want them. Check out cigarcitybrewing.com for more information on this Florida original. Cigar City Brewing, Tampa, Florida. Please enjoy responsibly.
The historic, nonprofit Florida Theater needs your help. Visit floridatheater.com and donate to the Cross the Finish Line campaign, which helps the theater to continue providing historic entertainment in downtown Jacksonville for years to come.
Jaguars fans, you could win big when you buy a ticket to the Jaguars 50-50 raffle presented by Duval Motor Group. Even if you can't make it on game day, you can buy your tickets from anywhere in the state for both home and away games at jaguars5050.com. As a bonus, tickets are buy one, get one prior to kickoff. One winner takes half the jackpot. The remaining half benefits the Jaguars Foundation's charitable programs. Visit jaguars5050.com today and buy your tickets now.
Time now for a medical recap. A health and wellness tip from Jaguars head team physician, Dr. Kevin Kaplan.
Nutrition is often overlooked and underestimated. Your body will only put out what you put into it. For this reason, nutrition is one of the most important aspects of any training program. Whether you're training during the season or in the off-season, or just looking to get healthy, your body needs the right fuel. Consider meeting with your doctor about the right nutrition plan to meet your goals. Go Jazz!
Are you having difficulty paying your IRS personal or business taxes due to COVID-19? Under the IRS's People First COVID-19 tax relief program, there has never been a better time than now to settle your tax debt. Call J. David Tax Law today for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or go to jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, customtreesurgeons.com. That's customtreesurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Business has changed, but at Ameris Bank, our commitment to partnership remains steady. Local businesses are the heartbeat of our community, and they'll need new tools to operate successfully. Contactless payments, remote deposit, e-commerce platforms, and more. We're here to make sure you have what you need to operate in today's climate. Let's get back to business together. Learn more at amerisbank.com/back-to-business. Ameris Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
McKeever Clinic is home to the first advanced prostate cancer center in Jacksonville. This is Dr. West, urologist at McKeever Clinic. Our clinic is staffed with 2 urologists that specialize in advanced prostate cancer care and management. You'll also have a dedicated nurse navigator that will coordinate timing, medications, insurance, and patient assistance. We're conveniently located off AC Skinner Parkway on the south side. Contact our specialists at McKeever at 355-6583 to discuss your treatment options.
Instant Keys specializes in creating replacement automotive keys and keyless entry remotes, even when all the originals are lost or broken. Instant Keys provides expert service for nearly every foreign and domestic vehicle, including the high-end luxury models like BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, and Infiniti. With Instant Keys, you'll get dealership-level service at a fraction of the cost, without the hassles. For honest professional locksmith service, call the best around. Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Peterbrook Chocolatier is your holiday gifting headquarters. Your favorite treats and chocolate-covered popcorn to custom gift baskets. There's something for everyone on your list. So shop early and often at your local Peterbrook.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. 1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
You know what, Ronaldo? You bringing in some energy with coming in the breaks, man. I gotta give you props. Ronaldo Jerome.
Like it.
Well, this break is brought to you by Black Santa Jacks. And
That's the thing?
Yeah, it's dead serious. Yeah, Black Santa Jacks.
Oh, Jacks.
Jacksonville, not Black Santa Jack.
I was like, oh, okay.
Shouldn't be laughing about that, but it's man, it just completely took me off of my point. Now I'm trying to think of where it's at. It's a north side where the River City Marketplace. Thank you. Now
Okay,
I got it.
there we go.
River City Marketplace on Tuesday. Black Santa Jacks and Big Game Claws. That'd be myself. We're giving away gifts to families in need or children. Basically, if you come in and you inbox me at BigGameJames_36. Now you got to do it tonight. You got to do it by I'll say the end of the show, but definitely I don't go. I'll be asleep by 12, maybe 12:30 after I get done with my cigar.
What y'all need?
I need some kids who need who need gifts.
You already have the gifts?
Gifts wrap, but you got to give me a name, the age and gender, and we got to have a point of contact. And you need to be able to be there on Tuesday from between 6 and 7 p.m.
That's awesome.
I think we're right about. I think we got almost all of them given. I think we got like 20 more left. But please, anybody take advantage of it. But definitely, if you know somebody who is a family who doesn't have much, and they can get there to the River City Marketplace, I'll make sure they have all the information once you reach out to me at BigGameJames_36 on Twitter and on Instagram, or you can go to @sportsden_live on Twitter and Instagram. On Facebook, James Anthony Coleman II. You inbox that, or you inbox our Sports Den page. I'll make sure that we get your kid hooked up. But Black Santa Jacks is just Santa Claus. It's Santa Claus. Yes, he is black. Does not matter if you are. We just want to give that's the name of the company, and we want to hook kids up.
Awesome. You want to know how much that Jets win changed things? I had every intention. I even tweeted it out. I even put it on the Book of Faces. Come in here and spend 2 minutes on the Jags.
Right. I was going to say they still stink.
Right. And let's keep it moving. Right. Then we're going to spend the whole show. Like, that's the level of energy that we have now that we didn't have 3 hours ago. Mm-hmm. That's how big of a deal this is for the Jacksonville football team. The text line has blown up. Like, this is far and away the most text that we have gotten on a game night since 2018.
Right. I say that when we beat the Patriots.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Far and away. Like, I that's how exciting this is for the city of Jacksonville. And there's going to be people that say, like the one texter, why y'all spending so much time talking about somebody that never played down the league? They're going to try to kill your vibe. You don't need those people in your life, man. Get excited about this. I mean, we're not winning Super Bowls here in Jacksonville yet. But this is something that can get you that you can get excited. Let's see. Let me go through some of these texts. Dom says, I'm glad it's not just me blowing your lineup like usual. No. It's a ton of people. Let's see. I say draft. This is 469. I say draft Trevor, then O line, then all defense for last 9 picks. We have pieces on offense who showed out with a revolving door of quarterbacks. I'll disagree with that. Like I'm gonna go with James on this one. If you're gonna draft Trevor, you're building the offense first. I think, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing you got to do is look at, free agents. This upcoming year, the defensive side of the ball on free agents is much better than the offensive side of the ball. If you start looking through them, I looked through them earlier, like Leonard Williams.
Really?
Yeah. Von Miller. I don't think Von's, I think he's past.
Yeah.
Melvin Ingram, Bud Dupree. Clowney's technically a free agent. Yannick Ngakoue is technically a free agent. Wouldn't that be funny? So I think you can go and get some pieces in free agency defensively, but I think you want to build young, and you want to have at least that 4 to 5 year synergy with a guy like Trevor Lawrence and whoever you bring in. That's just me. I'm not saying that's not. I certainly get the thinking behind that comment. And then somebody asked, what's the priority with our free agency cap allocations? Yeah. I think you're right, James. I do think the change of leadership will be nice because they will be able to objectively go to that offensive line that Doug Marrone and Dave Caldwell told us was the best position group. And they'll be able to objectively go, okay, we're bringing in Trevor Lawrence. We got to protect him from jump. Is this group of 5 good? Are they any good? And if not, what do we have to do to get them good? I don't think you ever are objective whenever it's a bunch of guys that you drafted and overpaid for in free agency. So I think that change of guard can come in and go, if they're good, I'll keep them. If they're not, then we got to keep them moving.
Right.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to find. We got so many of these things. Went from watching. I don't know. No. Devontae Smith. Yeah. Devontae Smith. Yeah, I'll take Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
That kid is so stinking good. I'm with you. I think that Kadarius Toney, man. People wanted to compare him to Percy Harvin, and I don't. That's not right. He's got a lot of, and I'm not saying he's him. He's got a lot of Tyreek Hill in him.
Explosive. He's a, whereas Percy was. Don't compare him to Percy. Percy on the college level was just something else.
Well, and Percy was more of a strider too, wasn't he? He wasn't. He was good.
I don't think he was as shifty,
right?
As people think. I think Toney is shifty and more explosive.
And he's big. Like, he's not tall, but he's
more stocky.
Yeah. Hopefully his injuries are behind him.
Like, one of the things that I remember talking with Peter Ward about a year ago when I was hanging out with him. And he was just like, he was like, my problem why I didn't last in the NFL is they tried to make me what I wasn't. He's like, they tried to make me, the go routes, digs, things like that. When he's a slant. He's basically, get me in space, let me make somebody miss, and I'll win you some ball games. So I did what I was with people, what I was coached to, but he's like, I can say now that I'm not in the league that I probably wasn't utilized to the best of my ability. And he'll probably also tell you from a maturity standpoint, probably just didn't get fun anymore because you weren't having the success. But when I look at what Toney is in the league and the lack of having to be getting to be hit, definitely leads to that, to somebody like him being able to excel. And I think he's a guy with the Laviska Shenault, with that make your other big, fast, linear receivers so much better. When you go back and you look at offenses that have been explosive over the last 20 years in the NFL, let me see, 20 years gets over the last 20, maybe we can go back a little bit more, but definitely, 20, because that was 20 years would take us to 2000. Randy Moss was in the 99 draft, right? Was it 98? Somewhere around that. When you look at Chris Carter, you look at Randy Moss, linear guy. Chris Carter, all he does is catch first down.
Mm-hmm.
You always have that 1-2 punch. You have the guy that can stretch the defense, take off the top. You have the guy that can consistently move the chains, and then you add somebody else who can do
like what Pittsburgh's got now.
Basically, yeah. Pittsburgh's
3 deep.
Yeah. But and if you don't have that guy that's really shifty that can do all those things, you got it like Pittsburgh has. You got to have a really good identity in the run game. Now, if you add these guys, it also takes like you can get away with giving James Robinson 20 carries as opposed to having to load him up with 30. Because now those carries can be short throws to Tony, or it can be jet sweeps to Tony. It can be jet sweeps to Laviska Shenault. Now, Colin Johnson becomes a little bit more valuable. Now, Keelan Cole becomes more valuable. Now, DJ Chark becomes more valuable because you have to pick where you're going to have your focus. And very few defenses have the talent to be able to maintain all of that.
Especially if you put that seam type of tight end in the game. The move tight end that is going to garner some mismatches. Because we got a text saying besides O-line and maybe tight end, aren't we good at skill positions on offense and fairly young? I would say that's an accurate assessment. But if all of a sudden you've got a chance to go get Trevor and somehow Pitts or Brevin Jordan falls to you at wherever you pick with the Rams pick, and then you can add, and I'm not trying to be a Gator homer, I would say this if they were anybody, you can add a guy like Kadarius Toney.
Well, I said out the gate, I've been talking about Kadarius Toney the last 3 weeks because I've really been watching.
Well, I just realized that Pitts and Kadarius are both Gators, and I said that. And I don't want people to go,
No,
"Oh, you're just." But if you can do that, you become so hard to defend. Like then you have the situation they have in Kansas City. Then you have the situation that they had when Kittle was healthy in San Francisco. We're seeing the tight end just change the game.
Now, there's a few other tight ends that are available, but they're just not, and they may be dynamic. They're just not centerpieces in the offense like Brevin Jordan and Pitts are. Like, you would have to explain to me, like, and show, like, I could see it. Like, North Carolina's a good tight end. Hell, a poor man's guy from Duke's tight end is really good. I saw that firsthand. Completely changed the game when he was in there. But they're not focused like the centerpiece of the offense like these other guys are.
Right.
So this is why people, this is really what separates when talking heads say first round pick. Like, I don't have to imagine. I don't have to break down. I don't have to go into full detail. I am seeing it in the system that they're in, that like Pitts can be on a first round grade cornerback and run a route, outrun them, and he can catch it.
Yeah.
It completely changes what somebody tried to sell me in the beginning of the year, that he was basically Colin Johnson.
Right.
No, he's a tight end that can create a mismatch. He can block. Brevin Jordan, I saw Brevin Jordan take Durden, from formerly of Florida State, now committed to North Carolina State. I saw him drive him off the ball 10 yards. So these are guys that not only, like, when they line up, you have got to respect them as a blocker. You can't just immediately believe that the running game is done. But you've also at the same time got to figure out, do I have an outside linebacker that can run with this guy? And do I really want to have a safety or a corner over the top? Because now I just brought somebody in the box who can't help with my running game, unless you've got a Jalen Ramsey type guy, a Jamal Adams type guy, or a Miles Jack. Very few teams have that. So those are mismatches, and that's what the NFL is about: finding the mismatch, creating the mismatch, and exploiting the mismatch.
There's so many that just came in. There's so many good texts about exactly what we're talking about that I don't want to just run through them. So let's go ahead and take our break so we can get a proper segment on the other side and not a 5-minute segment, because I want to get to some of these texts. You guys are lighting us up with good texts tonight on the Lifetime Enclosures text line. We'll get to those coming up next.
Get local wealth and finance advice from someone who's navigating the markets every day. Financial and tax planning, stock market trends, small business, and more. Navigating turbulent markets with Chris Rochelle. Saturday morning at 11 on 1010XL.
Looking for gifts for DIYers? A new year and new projects are just around the corner, so shop Lowe's for tools the pros use. Right now, save big on over 200 powerful DeWalt 20-volt max tools. and pick up an extra 2-pack of 20-volt max 3-amp-hour batteries that was $149 and is now $99. Shop in store, home on our app, and Lowe's.com, and pick up curbside for contactless service. While supplies last, valid through February 3rd, 2021. U.S. only.
Hey, Jacksonville, Chick-fil-A Catering is here to help make it a little easier for you to bring the family together this holiday season. Whether you need a full meal, a side dish, or dessert, choose from a variety of trays like Chick-fil-A nuggets, mac and cheese, and brownie. Perfect for any size get-together, and you can easily order through the Chick-fil-A app. Place your contactless order in the app, online, or by calling ahead, then pick up your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Take one thing off your plate this holiday season and bring the smiles to your family gathering with Chick-fil-A.
The Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is now offering online scheduling for new patient appointments for all of their positions. Simply schedule your appointment on your cell phone, tablet, or desktop. JOI is the first orthopedic practice in North Florida to offer this feature to patients. To schedule your appointment online, visit joi.net and click on the button at the top of the page. If you'll be using insurance, be sure and have your information handy. JOI, where the pros go.
This is Hayes Carline for Spicklemeyer Insurance Agency. John Spicklemeyer knows about protection as the best offensive lineman to ever come out of Jacksonville. He's always taken that O-line pride in his protection, from being the city's player of the year at Bowls to playing for Notre Dame. John has always gotten the job done for those who depend on him, and he'll do that for you, like he has me. John Spicklemeyer is my agent. Call John today at 471-7155 for all your insurance needs. That's Spicklemeyer Insurance Agency, protecting what's most important to you. Call John today at 471-7155.
Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians has been around for 119 years. Being one of the oldest organizations has its charm, but the reason they've been around for so long is because they're constantly striving for excellence. Their trained technicians can handle any job and have proven their credibility over multiple generations. Local 234 members come from a wide range of backgrounds with one thing in common: getting the job done right. Local 234, make the right connection.
Hi, this is Joe Butler from Black Creek Outfitters. Getting outside on the water in the Florida sun may be the best medicine of all. At Black Creek, we specialize in getting you out on the water on kayaks and paddleboards. 2 things we offer: free delivery in the area and 12 months no interest financing. Call us up at 904-645-7003 and we can get your new kayak or paddleboard out to you today so you can get on the water tomorrow. Black Creek Outfitters, locally owned and operated by the Butler family since 1983.
Frank Franzi here for Big Chief Tire. Your family's safety is important to the experts at Big Chief Tire. Don't let your vehicle's needs become out of sight and out of mind. Big Chief Tire's trusted team of experienced technicians will provide a free estimate after a vehicle inspection, so you can get back on the road and drive with confidence at a price that suits your budget. Verify your vehicle's safety before you get behind the wheel. Visit any of their 4 convenient Jacksonville locations or schedule an appointment by visiting BigChiefService.com.
After such an emotional year, she deserves a gift that brings out the best emotions possible: happiness, joy, and love. At Diamonds Direct, we specialize in creating those memorable moments. And this year, we believe they're more important than ever. So, for the entire month of December, we're making it easy with 48 months, 0 interest financing on everything. All rings, all earrings, all bracelets and pendants, all bands, and yes, all designer jewelry, including thousands of engagement rings with certified natural diamonds. With Diamonds Direct's expanded holiday selection, it's like shopping 50 jewelry stores at once. And rest assured, in our showrooms, we're going above and beyond when it comes to your safety. Plus, we're offering video chat, online shopping, and curbside pickup. However you connect with us, you'll get the best value, the highest quality, and the financing that makes everything affordable. 4 years, 0 interest. After all you've been through this year, end it on a high note by celebrating your love with a gift that's romantic, timeless, and symbolic. From Diamonds Direct.
Off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt.
In 1919, my great-grandfather founded Catlin as a Studebaker dealership, and now we're the oldest truck accessory store in the U.S. This is Keith Catlin, and I'm proud to be the 4th-generation owner. If you need anything for your truck, van, or SUV, come see us. From Lear toppers to rolling lot bed covers to trailer hitches and everything in between. Let us take care of all your accessory needs. Quality count at Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. 1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
It is the Sunday night edition of the Sports Den, the best Sunday night edition of the Sports Den we've had since week 1.
Yeah.
Don bringing the heat tonight, man. Said, I thought Percy was kind of strong or kind of stocky, buff. Tony looks like he has an explosiveness that makes him dangerous. Said, I'd rather they reached on Tony in round 2 than traded up for Pitts in round 1. Don't disagree with that.
I'm with
Percy
that.
was big, by the way. Percy was like yoked. And still is. I saw him last year at the Auburn game. Still that way. 687, in all seriousness, I would love to see us get Najee Harris. I think that two-headed run game is a hard thing for defenses to keep up with. You know what, 687? You are so right. That's where they made a mistake the last time they were any good, is they didn't get Leonard Fournette Part B.
Right.
And I think that's a great text. I think if you
had Sony Michel.
Yep.
And Nick Chubb.
Mm-hmm.
You decided to get Tabor.
Right. If all of a sudden you can draft, I don't know where you would draft them, but if you can get Harris or you can get dude from Clemson, it's running back Clemson. Etienne. Or you can get dude from Oklahoma State.
Oh, yeah. Chuba?
Yeah. You can get a guy like that, not to replace James Robinson, and you've got your franchise quarterback. I absolutely. I think you're exactly right. Let's see. Going through all these texts here. Richard LeCount, like that. Says, I'm a dog, and I would take either or both of those Gators, but that would be extremely lucky for them to fall to us unless the Rams lose their last 2 games. I don't think Kadarius Toney's going to be a first-round guy.
Me neither.
I think Kadarius Toney's going to be a second or third-round guy. I don't know what Kadarius is going to run. Like, Kyle Pitts is going to blow people away through the process. I don't know what Kadarius Toney's going to do. It'll be interesting. Let's see. We've got somebody talking about a running back from Washington State. Somebody said you can find a back in the 3rd round on. Yeah, I agree. And I all those guys that I just mentioned, I wouldn't draft any of them in the 1st round. I would not draft a running back in the 1st round. There's no way.
Nah, when you can, it's just been, man, it has to be a really, really dynamic guy, because it's been proven that you can get him in the mid rounds.
Look at James Robinson.
And that's until the game changes. That's just the way it is, and it's unfortunate, but it's just the reality.
631 says Kadarius Toney will run 4.58. Really? He seems faster than that.
So if that's the case, then he is more beat up than he is Percy.
I mean, if that's the case, then he'll be around in 3rd or 4th round.
Right. If that's the case, don't run.
Right.
Definitely don't run at the combine.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you do with Minshew? Trade? What could we get from him? I don't know. I think that's an interesting question.
I mean, he said 4.58 for Tony.
Yeah. Yeah, you checking with your
Yeah. That's just hard for me to believe.
I mean, what do you do with Minshew?
You see what you can get for him, and if you can't get anything, you just got to cut him. It doesn't cost you anything to cut him. But like, what you need if you're drafting Trevor Lawrence is you need Mark Brunell with New Orleans, even though Drew Brees was well established. But you need a guy who, if something does happen, can come in and realistically keep you in the fold things. Like, not like what we
talked about Fitz the other night.
Yeah, that would be a good
Ron
guy,
Fitzpatrick.
even though Fitz. I don't need all that emotional stuff.
Well, let me give you
All
another
that
one.
crying.
How about this one? Jacoby Brissett.
That would be a good guy.
He's a free agent.
That's a guy that has lived as a starter, has been in 2 different organizations that are winning. One really good, the other one, always on the verge. And now he's going to come in and not necessarily develop, because I think, like, nobody actively sabotages each other.
Right.
Now, when there really is a true competition, they might not go out of their way to help you, but like they're not trying. Like there is some kind of brotherhood in that. They do want to, because they also don't want practice to be longer than what it needs to be. And they know if they're not helping you, that's like they're not going to get the other players installed. So that discipleship or that mentorship piece is kind of, but it's a little overrated because most people are competitors. So I think a Jacoby would be a good guy, or
Tyrod Taylor, or is he still wanting to start? You think?
I think Tyrod, but Tyrod might be a guy who realized. You know what? I don't mind a guy, even if Jacoby's that. I don't mind a guy who wants a last hoorah and is making a last push, but at the same time, they have to understand that the writing's on the wall. You're not the permanent solution.
Right.
Now, if you go in and now this year, LA, the Chargers look idiotic, like for not starting Herbert out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
But if he goes in and he's the best guy through camp and through all these other things, then fine.
Well,
I think you need somebody that kind of can help bring somebody along.
That's the thing about Trevor. Trevor's your guy day one.
Right.
When he walks in here, he doesn't need to be developed. He's going to improve. I'm not saying that, but he's your dude right along. And if I look at the top available NFL free agent quarterbacks in 2021, now some of these have a contract since this was written. I don't know. But here's the top 9 that they listed. Dak, no.
Mm-hmm.
Rivers, no. Trubisky, no.
Definitely no.
Jameis, no. That's not the kind you want. You don't want somebody who's young enough that they're gets feeling sorry.
But Trubisky's
just
not
just
good.
trash.
Like I don't want him anyway.
Cam,
no.
Fitzpatrick, Brissett, Tyrod, Andy Dalton. I'll take any of those.
I'll take Andy.
Yeah.
I'll take, like, those are guys that, like, definitely Andy. Andy knows he's at the end.
Mm-hmm. And he's got a lot of knowledge to drop.
Yeah. So, like, and he wasn't a bad quarterback. He just was in a bad situation. So, like, he's not a guy, like you were saying the other ones, like, if we weren't drafting a guy, or like, and that was 100% the Jaguars knew that wasn't the direction they were going in. I wouldn't mind bringing in Jameis. I wouldn't mind bringing in Rivers for a stopgap. I wouldn't mind bringing in some other guys because now I want healthy competition.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Jameis is a guy that can lose his position gracefully, but he's going to be somebody that's going to make the other person compete. But when I know Trevor Lawrence, and I'm not saying Trevor Lawrence was shy from the competition, I just don't need that. The reason why you don't need that is because at that point, you need him to get as many reps with the number ones as possible so that he could be in sync. When you're having a quarterback competition, you're splitting reps because you don't get the same amount of reps or the same quality reps as a number 2 as you do as a number 1 in the NFL. Most of the energy is placed on that first string, period. Mm-hmm. Like, that's where everything goes. And I need the coach coaching him. And I need the number 2 can learn through osmosis. Mm-hmm. And then 2 can tell him, yo, all right, man, this is what coach meant. Like when the safety does this, you need to come over here.
Good film guy.
You need to do this, yeah. And it can also help learn how to do some things that I don't necessarily think they're doing on the college game. Because one of my buddies just Facebook messaged me and said what he was loving about these games with no fans. And I'm liking this too. You can hear everything. Mm-hmm. And most people think you just line up and they'll see Omaha, you made the joke, but they don't see, most fans aren't looking, and most people who played or like you coach, they don't hear them ID in the mic. They don't even know, when I say ID the mic, most fans don't even know what the hell ID in a mic means. Mm-hmm. And the center and the quarterback both have to ID who they think it is, and typically, depending on the system, one supersedes the other one. More than likely the quarterback, because that dictates protections.
Yep.
That dictates running schemes. If you have a fullback or even a hop tight end, that dictates where they have to go and who they're blocking. Especially when I used to do ISO, and you'll get that when you're going up against odd man fronts. So I don't necessarily see them in the spread. Like in the college game, you really can't. Like you can have an odd man front, but like I'm literally spreading you out. So the mic is the mic. Mm-hmm. But the NFL, where the hashes are so tight that it doesn't matter how much you spread them out. The game is dictated by the hashes. Like I got to know what to do because they're always bringing one extra guy.
So
and if I don't block that one, that's that quarterback's guy. So if I don't slide the protection to where it's easier for me to know where that pressure is coming from, I'm going to get lit up.
Well, the communication difference, and there's a bigger gap in communication difference between college and the NFL than there is from high school to college. Like in college, you're given a play and there's a check off that play, right?
Mm-hmm.
So especially in today's RPO world, like there's play called. What's the check to this play? And it stays fairly consistent. And in the NFL, you may have like 3 checks. You may completely change the play. When we talk about guys audibling at the college level, they're really checking out to a predetermined play based on the formation and play call they were already in.
Right.
The NFL, they're setting it all up from scratch. So it is a completely different thing. You're right.
When people talk about option routes, like the quarterback and the receiver really got to be on the same page, because the option route is dictated on cover 1, 3, 4, man.
Leverage.
Leverage. Like I joke with some people, like in the college game, cover 4 look like man. Because that's really the only way you could cover the spread anyway, is basically got to be quarters, and basically you got that man.
Yeah.
And your linebackers have to be able to try to get the underneath stuff. To go back to what the text line person, he's right. He said he doesn't think Tony might not run a fast 40.
Okay.
He says quicker than fast.
Okay. 465. What will Jacksonville be like if Trevor decides to stay in college? Why you got to be that guy? 465. Why? Why you got to be that guy? 469. Isn't Jake Luton the perfect backup? I know where you're going there, because he's talking about, big arm, same size. And I'm big on that. Like, I think your backup and your starters should be similar, so you don't have to change the whole offense. What we're suggesting is you want somebody with experience.
Right. I don't need 2 rookies, basically.
Right.
I need one person who's seen. It's got to be someone that can give you information, like someone who can see some things. And it's not a knock on Gluten. He just doesn't know what he doesn't know.
Right. Keep him as a third guy.
Yeah, if you want to, that's fine. But I just don't see, and the inevitability. We're going to be in a world. We're in a new world for the next 10 years, maybe 5 if it's shorter, with this COVID. So you have no idea how it's going to affect. We saw it this year. We have no idea what's going to happen in 21. Hopefully it's all gone. Everything's back to normal. But with the fact that you can lose a quarterback, you can lose a player, you can do this on top of normal injuries, on top of other things, on top of needing to be smart. I don't want to be covering a 5-win team for the rest of my life, on average. At some point, you do need your franchise quarterback, but your franchise quarterback will go down. And you need somebody who can legitimately step in and fill that void and at least get you back to where your guy is healthy enough to be able to lead you here. Perfect example is, I don't know if New Orleans won or not. I wasn't really.
Today?
Yeah, today.
They did not.
Perfect example is, you got Drew Brees, and you got 2 guys that literally probably can't hold his jockstrap. That are at
Drew
quarterback.
looked terrible today.
I mean, my bad. I didn't know Drew came back, but I know the other guy ain't it.
Yeah, no,
the other guy's a cool project.
Terrible.
Cool project. Awesome to look like. That's right. I do remember, because I told somebody they're trying to kill Drew.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that's what I want. I want to be able to have some kind of feeling that with a guy who has experience winning, and on top of that, a guy that if he goes down, that huddle ain't going to change.
Right.
So, if it's like we got Trevor and he's the rookie, he has the hype from coming from college, and we like that. The energy, high five, boom. He goes down. Andy Dalton comes in. Cool, man. All right, Andy's controlled this. He's still. Jake Luton comes out there. Oh, man,
well, 672 asked about Flacco.
Flacco, but it just depends on, so here's the one problem with that. And Flacco's mind is sharp, because your mind doesn't go when you get older. It's your body goes. You can't make that throw. You can't run. Really, your arm strength is hopefully the last thing to go, but you can't fit it in there like that.
Right.
So if we got talent in the receiver spots or in the running game, then we could do something like Denver did with Peyton, which again, I know he's not the guy that you're leading on, but again, you might need him. So that's what I want, that might need him to be able to go in and if it's a 5-game stretch, win me 2 to 3 of those.
Dom, you're on fire tonight, man. He says the best example is Teddy Bridgewater went 6-0 last year after Breeze went down.
Right.
Yep. Who would you guys vote for Heisman? We're going to get into that tomorrow. Definitely into that tomorrow. No Travis Etienne in the late first? No, not with all the other needs that they have. 631, who's the one that said that KT will run a 4.58, says guaranteed Pitts outruns Tony. Yeah,
No, I mean, now that I got that from a verifiable source, you might be right, or they at least run the same speed.
Yeah. All right, let's take our final break, and then we'll be back to preview tomorrow and wrap up tonight's Sports Den.
He's number 55, Mac in the middle, Tom McManus.
From the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute studios.
Fridays on Jaguars Today, brought to you by McGowan's, the official heating and air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, on 1010XL.
All offers with approved credit and not a conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Big Finish event.
Thanks to you, Jacksonville, we've sold more new cars than ever before. And we're determined to finish strong with the best deals of the entire year at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington. Get a brand new Jeep Cherokee and drive it home from just $239 a month. If a new Dodge Challenger is more your speed, choose any one from our great selection and hit the road from only $289 a month. It's no wonder Ram Trucks ranked #1 for the third year in a row. Step up to Ram and save up to $11,000 off MSRP. Come into 9600 Atlantic Boulevard and test drive the right one for you. Save up to $11,000. See them all at #1CJD.com. We're having a holiday of savings. Less than perfect credit. Our goal is 100% credit approval through the end of the year. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, 9600 Atlantic Boulevard, across from the Regency Square Mall.
Mike Dempsey here for Omaha Steaks. Want a great deal this holiday season? Head to omahasteaks.com. When you get there, enter Dempsey, DEMPSEY in the search bar, and you're going to get all kinds of great savings. I love it when a package arrives at my door from Omaha Steaks. Famously tender steaks, amazing meats, and those delicious made-from-scratch caramel apple tartlets. They don't last long in my house, let me tell you that. And right now, you can get a mouth-watering steakhouse caliber package from Omaha Steaks at an exclusive price for my listeners called the Deluxe Grillers Assortment. For $129.99, you'll get a package that includes, among other things, 4 famously fork-cut, butcher-cut filet mignons, 8 boneless chicken breasts, 4 gourmet jumbo franks, burgers, individually wrapped scalloped potatoes, 4 made-from-scratch caramel apple tartlets. That's right. This package includes a free digital meat thermometer as well and 4 free Omaha Steak burgers. Just go to omahasteaks.com, enter code Dempsey into the search bar, and order this package today. You'll get the free burgers, the digital meat thermometer. That's omahasteaks.com, enter code Dempsey.
Call me, Mark Anajar, at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Jacksonville.
Holidays are here, and if you're in need of extra cash, Beaches Jewelry and Pawn can help. Gold is at record highs. It's a great time to sell. Bring in your gold for an estimate today. Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jack's Beach. Online at beachesjewelryandpawn.com.
Here around 1010XL, there are a couple things that you know we love. We love sports, and man, do we love to eat. And when it comes to eating, Daly's Dash is the perfect pit stop for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They make their sandwiches with more meats and more cheeses, just the way we like them. And right now, on special, 2 piled high biscuits, 2 for just $5. Daly's also sources and roasts their own top quality coffee beans. Daly's Dash, because more is better.
Though no longer little, teens still need a lot of love. Yet teens in foster care have a harder time finding it, as 82% of foster families are home to kids 12 or younger. You can positively impact a teen's life as a foster parent. With help from Family Support Services of North Florida, you provide patience, love, and understanding, and Family Support Services will offer specialized training, resources, and a community of support. Take the next step at foster-now.org. That's foster-now.org.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, customtreesurgeons.com. That's customtreesurgeons.com. And let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Instant Keys specializes in creating replacement automotive keys and keyless entry remotes, even when all the originals are lost or broken. Instant Keys provides expert service for nearly every foreign and domestic vehicle, including the high-end luxury model like BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, and Infiniti. With Instant Keys, you'll get dealership-level service at a fraction of the cost without the hassles. For honest professional locksmith service, call the best around. Instant Keys, 722-1111.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
I tell you the difference between me and them. They trying to get their ones and trying to get them M's.
1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
Definitely not going to want to miss the Sports Den tomorrow night. A lot of texts that we didn't get to today, but we'll get to them tomorrow. Shoot them back to us tomorrow because a lot of college-related texts. There's so much to talk about in the college world that we'll definitely get to on the Sports Den tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Heisman, got a lot to talk about there as well. And, of course, Gator fans. Y'all confuse me. I am one, but y'all really, really confuse me. Just nonstop confusion from Gator Nation. So we'll have all of that to talk about, plus the playoffs, man. Did they get it right? Or is there even such a thing as getting it right? That may be the better question. See, it may be time to either go back to 2 or expand to 8. We may be at that moment in time. If you're going to have more than 4 conferences, having 4 teams kind of silly. It seems like to me. But so we got all of that. I planned on getting into some of it tonight. Oh, and then my weekend.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
Yeah. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Hopefully my doctor's not listening right now. But hopefully you guys have a great evening dreaming of tall, blonde quarterbacks coming here to Jacksonville, saving your franchise. That's what we're all going to be thinking about for the next couple of weeks. As long as the Jags can finish the job, we're good to go. Thank you guys for listening. Sports Den brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. Have a great evening.
Killing your brother, killing in waves, filling up graves, gang banging, gang banging, gang banging. Oh, you know that bullets are flying.
Hey, it's Allie McDeal of the Best Bet Poker Show. Tune in Wednesdays at 6 p.m. on 1010